The web components also have login methods, as demonstrated in the ASP.NET example. That is found under the Program group, Program Files, Open Automation Software, OPC Systems.NET. There's an OPC Web Controls example application. That is the source code of the same web application that you'll find from our website at opcsystems.com under each of the ASP.NET web components. So the OPC Web Controls, OPC Web Trend, and OPC Web Alarm components all have login and logoff methods that you can call from your own web application. That was demonstrated in the training video of opcwebcontrols.net. You can also restrict configuration information. Under the default security group, select the tags selection. Here we can restrict adding a tag or changing any existing tag properties. If we uncheck the option to get tag names and apply changes to the default security group, and then select Configure Tags, when we select the local service, we see that no tags are displayed, and we get an error message saying that we have invalid security access for obtaining tag names. We do see the groups, however, as we have not restricted users from obtaining the group names. In order to log in with the Configure application, select the login icon at the top of the toolbar. Enter in the admin username and password. And then when we select the local service again, we'll see all of the tags are displayed. Let's go back to the default security group. You can also restrict if tags can be deleted, added, changing any of the properties of the tags, or even saving or loading tag configurations. We have the same features for data logging under the Data Logging tab, alarm logging under the Alarm Log tab, alarm notification where we can deny users from being able to modify any of the alarm notification groups, reports, recipes, and of course security would be one thing that you definitely would want to restrict under the default security group so that local and remote users would not have default access to your security group names, security configuration parameters, or any of the user information. I would suggest under the default security group to disable all security parameters. When we apply those changes, if you are not currently logged in, you will get an error message indicating that you cannot display the existing list of security groups. Under the Options tabs, you can restrict what configuration options can be read and also set from the users. These are the same properties found under Configure Options. You can export your security configurations and your security users with the CSV Export button, but you must have access privileges to read the security groups and all of its parameters and also the security users. Simply enter in a file name that you would like to save to. You can then use Microsoft Excel to modify your security configurations and then import them back again with the CSV Import button. Remember that you must close Excel first before re-importing the configuration information back in, as Excel locks files and does not allow other applications to read or write to it. You can also programmatically set up securities and users, as demonstrated in the VB.NET example, found under the program group OPCSystems.NET and the example application. Here we have it running already. If you select Configure, CSV Import and Export, if you scroll down to the bottom, you will see a selection for obtaining the CSV security header string. That is available for all users, but you may be restricted on what information is accessible with the CSV Export and what information can be set with the CSV Import. Here we are currently logged in with the admin account. If we log off and then select Security CSV Export, you see that we get a dialog saying that we have invalid security for obtaining the security group names. If we then log back in with the admin account, then when we select this option, we see that we have all security groups defined in the configuration. With the Security CSV Import, this is the programmatic method to add and modify existing security groups. We have similar methods for the security users as well. To see the source code of that, we can go back to the example source code, and under the Solution Explorer, we can select the Form Configure CSV. If we view that code, we have methods on the OPC Systems component to return the header strings for security and obtaining the CSV strings for the security and user information. Here it's just one method we're calling on the OPC Systems component called Security CSV Export. There we're optionally passing in a remote network node name to connect to a remote service, and also an optional error string that will return success if the method is successful, or the actual error message if the method fails. Remember that if you want to use these programmatic methods and you have security restrictions on the security groups or security users, you will need to call the login method on the OPC Systems component. With this method, you simply pass a username and password for the account that would have the access privileges to read or write the security groups and security users. If you have any questions about how to implement security with opcsystems.net, visit the website opcsystems.com, and at the top you will find the sales link. There you'll find information on our corporate office. You can also send an email to support@opcsystems.com or contact any of your local distributors that are found here